Hi everyone, welcome back to Sweet Sensations NZ, and we're going to do a bake today. This one's a bit special to me because we found this cookbook for my birthday, well my mum did, in a gorgeous little bookshop in Devonport called the Bookmark, and it was apparently the same one as my gran in Scotland used to have with her Kenwood mixer. So I'm pretty excited to be using the same one that she used all those years ago. Okay, so we're going to open it up, and we have chosen something a bit flash. I'm going to have to get my best French accent on here and let you know. No judging please. This is the Genoise Gateau à la Vanille. So we are going to be cooking a variation of it. Normally you're baking a whole big cake, and we're going to do the petit fours version of it, and we're going to make some little ones, and we've got these little cute little oven ramekins that we're going to cook them in. Okay, let's check out the ingredients. We have our eggs, and that's 4 eggs. We have 4 ounces of caster sugar here, 4 ounces of plain flour, 2 ounces of melted butter. This is our butter not melted yet. And we've got to make sure the first thing that we do is to have a warmed bowl. So I improvised and put some hot water into it, drained it back out again after it was warmed up, and cleaned it out so it's nice and clean, ready to go. Our first thing that we're going to do is place the eggs and the sugar into the warmed bowl, and this is my Kenwood mixer. You can't have a cook out of a Kenwood cookbook without using a Kenwood mixer. So we're going to do 4 eggs, making sure we're not getting any shell in there. Oh, this one looks like a big one. No, just one yolk. I thought that might have been a double yolker. And we have our 4 ounces of caster sugar going in as well. We have to whisk this at speed, so we'll pop it down for 8 to 10 minutes until the mixture is thick and leaves a trail across the surface of the mixture. Okay, I'm going to turn it on and spare you guys the noise. Okay, we have our eggs and sugar beaten, and I'll give you a look at that. Look how thick and beautiful that is. And you can see how thick and gorgeous it is if I bring it up to the camera. While I was waiting, I have buttered and floured the inside of the ramekins so that it doesn't stick, and I've turned my oven on to 190 degrees or 375 degrees Fahrenheit. So what we're going to do is fold in the sifted flour and the melted butter. Okay, so it specifically says that the melted butter has got to be melted but not hot, so I did that while I was waiting for the eggs and the sugar to whip as well. So it's just nice and warm, and we're going to sift in the flour. And the melted butter. And we're just going to fold it in carefully with our spoon. We don't want to get rid of all the air that we've just spent ages putting into the cake with the 8 to 10 minute whipping. Okay, that looks like it's all folded in. And we're going to pour the mixture into the greased and floured, the recipe says an 8-inch tin. We've got 4 little 3 inches. So hopefully we'll be able to divvy them out up against them. And we're going to put it in the oven for 190 degrees. It doesn't say how long, so I'll just have to keep an eye on it and let you know. Okay, so we're going to pour them into the tins. Hopefully you can't hear my son's video in the background. I've told him to turn it down. Try and evenly distribute them so they're all the same size. We might have enough for another one. Okay, I think I'll flour up another little square one. Right, so here we have our ramekins. My little square one is a bit old, so I've lined that with baking paper as well, just to make sure that it comes out nicely. And we're going to pop them into the oven now. Okay, so there we have them. Please cook beautifully. Okay, so we've removed the little cakes from the oven, and we've removed them from the tins, which I'm glad I didn't film because it was quite hard going. I recommend baking paper at the bottom of the tins to make them come out easier. Okay, and we're on to the icing. Okay, here are our icing ingredients, and this one says that we need to use the juice extractor and oil dripper attachment for the Kenwood, but I don't have one of those. I don't know if they still make them, but we'll give you a look at exactly what they're talking about. So that's what should be on top of our mixer, and that just is going to drip the milk and water mixture slowly into the icing so that it takes a good 5 minutes to mix it in. I am going to go with the manual method and my handy squeezer bottle. I'm going to squeeze it in myself while we're doing it. So here goes. The recipe says to warm the bowl again, which I've done, and cream together the fat and the sugar. So the fat we have for this is our butter, of which there is 4 ounces. Just get out with my spatula. And another 4 ounces of caster sugar. Okay, so we're supposed to have our juice extractor and oil dripper on the top there, which in turn goes the milk and the water, but we're just going to add it to this dripper bottle and do it ourselves. So we're going to put the speed on to 6 to 8 and allow it to beat until all the liquid has been assimilated and the mixture is thick and creamy. So it says it takes about 5 minutes for this one. We're just dripping this into the bowl. You can hear me? Okay, so that's what we've come up with, and that's kind of like a mock cream mixture. We've added the vanilla essence that you can see there, the cream vanilla essence, and it says to place a quarter of the mixture in between the 2 layers to form a sandwich, and then spread a little very thinly over the top and sides. So the texture of the cake is pretty much a sponge. So I have put mine in the fridge for a little bit to cool, so that when the icing goes on, all the sponge doesn't pull and go all through the icing. So we're just going to wait for those to cool a bit. All right, everyone, so there I have my Gateau à la Vanille plated up on my Royal Albert china because I thought it deserved something a bit posh. And just want to make a note, it says that the recipe was given to the Kenwood cookbook by kind permission of Mr Trompeto of the Grosvenor Hotel in London. So there you go, there's a bit of history for you. And I think maybe this is a bit big for just one person, so I'm going to have to share it with the family. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to add some other little bits, as it says, chopped toasted almonds, a little chocolate powder. I've done some piping and added some little hearts. You can do whatever you think looks good or you fancy on the day. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you come back again for my next bake.